What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve.
I'm Lindsay.
Today we're going to be reacting to something a little bit different. This was suggested to us by a subscriber, and basically this is a video about a campaign that is taking place across the UK by the British Heart Foundation. And I don't know exactly the ins and outs of what we're looking at, but I think based off the title, you can understand what we're probably going to be checking out. And this campaign is basically bringing awareness to cardiac death, specifically, I believe, in young people. This says young football fans lost to sudden cardiac death remembered in murals unveiled across the UK. And so as soon as I saw this suggested to me, I knew this would be something I would appreciate and want to check out. I'm sure a number of you know, but I lost my dad at a fairly young age from I believe it was his third or fourth heart attack. He had bypass surgeries, and his first one was at 37, and he died in his 40s. And I actually found him, unfortunately, dead on the floor. And obviously, that had a huge impact on my entire life since then, and especially on my adulthood, because, you know, I lost my dad at such a young age. There's been many times in my adulthood specifically that I wished I could have asked him questions or maybe even had the help that, you know, if you have your parents in adulthood, that is a huge deal because you have this built-in support system that, you know, I haven't had for a really long time. Yeah. But so I thought this would be very interesting to check out and just see what the description says. In time for the Euros 2024, we've unveiled 12 powerful murals across the UK. Each mural commemorates a talented young footballer or fan who tragically lost their life to sudden cardiac death in the UK. These murals serve as a poignant reminder of the importance of life-saving research. Help us raise awareness and honor those lives lost too soon.
So it's young football players as well.
And yeah, young football players and young fans. So, yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and jump in and check this out.
Euros 2024, I'm assuming that's like a football championship, maybe?
I've heard of that. I'm guessing it is, and yeah, I guess that's what it probably would be.
Makes sense.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump in and check this out.
So this is my Joshy. He was fourth in line of my 5 little Downies, and now he's grown his angel wings.
Wow, he was young.
Josh was brother to Olympic gymnasts Ellie and Becky Downey, and in his hometown of Nottingham, he has been
Was he a football player? Kind of looks like it.
I'm thinking so. I know some of these are fans, some of them are footballers.
Think about that family, though. That's some talent.
Yeah.
A football player and 2 gymnasts.
Yeah, that's true.
Olympic gymnasts.
Yeah.
Wow.
immortalised. Part of a British Heart Foundation campaign, which features young football
England
fans
till,
lost
like,
to sudden cardiac death.
Died.
Does that say 24 or 34? I think it's 34.
24.
Is it?
I believe so. I don't know for sure. It looks like it could be either.
Well, either way, too young.
I wish I could read what this all says down here.
That's a beautiful.
I love this. We're just starting this video, but I love this so far. I think this is amazing. I think this is a good campaign to have, just to bring awareness to, especially young people. It's just so. I mean, I'm guessing there's probably some sort of factors.
Like risk factors.
No, they had like some sort of maybe heart. They were born with maybe a heart defect or something like that. I mean, I know not everybody that young, but it's just, you just don't expect to see sudden cardiac death in people in their 20s or even 30s. It's just something you just don't expect.
Wants to be a footballer, obviously.
I would hold it up, but it's not.
Like all little boys.
Yeah, every boy wants to be a footballer. He was a dead happy, bubbly person. Always wanted to crack jokes in the room and make people laugh.
That's his girlfriend, Emily.
That's such a cute pic.
That's his cricket team.
On May the 9th, 2021, the girls had been at Olympic trials in Cardiff. Their brother had been playing cricket at home in Birkenhead when he suddenly collapsed and died.
When I went to see him, he just looked asleep. There's police in the room because it had been sudden. Sat with him for a few hours. And it sounds silly, you don't want to leave him on his own. But the actual worst thing was telling your family.
It's changed the dynamic so much, it's still quite hard to believe at times that it's actually happened and it was real.
He was how old?
24.
24.
He was 24.
It's thought that here in the UK, 12 young lives are lost in this way every single week.
Wow.
Every single week? Wow.
That's shocking.
What is 12 a week? In England?
That's what I said.
Oh my goodness, dude. That's way more than I expected. England
With
till
the
died.
Euros coming up, she would be fully in flight, really getting into that. That's Jen in all her glory.
You know your spitting image of her, don't you?
I know.
Oh my goodness.
She loved Jack Grealish.
20.
He was her favourite player.
What?
She'd watch every single game as well, even if it's not England.
Just lived for his football.
23.
He was a great lad.
He was a great lad.
Wow.
That's so sad.
So this was taken the Saturday before he passed away. We should have been here collectively. We're going to hold a Euro party at home with the family because it's what Miles would have wanted.
All of these families hope that science can provide them with answers.
Miles was fit, he was healthy, he ate well.
15?
Why would a
15?
21-year-old woman who's completely fit and healthy, who plays football every week, why would she collapse? It was nonsensical. We couldn't get our heads around it.
It was horrendous.
Devastating.
Yeah.
Because, there was no inkling that Tom was in any way unwell.
But these families also hope that science is close to finding a cure.
They believe it's come down through my
22. What is going on? So 12 a week is roughly 40. What did you say? 50 a month. So that's 600 a year. 600 young people under the age of 25. I don't know what the exact cutoff for that is, but wow. Can you tell what that says? This is Claire.
No.
Man, I wish I could see those.
Whoever painted these did a great job. They look so
Absolutely
realistic.
amazing. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
bloodline. So to pass that on to your children is just overwhelming. But I've always said our final goodbye unto Claire. I promised her that she would not die in vain.
And there is hope right here in this lab in Oxford.
So when you hear about a young person, fit and well, collapsing and dying suddenly, and we often hear about it in the context of an athlete who collapses in front of a crowd or a television, most of the time that's a genetic disorder.
I've never seen that, like in person. I've seen some clips, I think.
I've seen headlines.
Right, that's what I
I've
mean.
never-
But I've never been watching a game or something and actually saw that happen. I can only imagine the emotions in the crowd, man. But
And it seems to be more and more common.
it does.
And I wonder, like, when this started, like, really happening. Obviously, it's probably happened here and there for a long, long, long time.
But I didn't notice the headlines
But
a
the
long time ago.
prevalency has
Yeah.
increased, and there's got to be some factor.
Yeah. Because I don't think diet has changed that much. And like I said, it's something genetic in a lot of cases.
Usually just one single spelling mistake affecting the heart muscle or maybe the wiring of the heart.
This team are working on pioneering gene therapy to find a way to stop the deaths. A jab in the arm which could either silence or completely rewrite faulty genes.
Wow.
It is within reach in our lifetime.
But we think it's ambitious, but a realistic goal to get to the point that you might be enrolling the first patients in trials at a minimum of 5 years, we would think, possibly more,
Wow.
to show that that's effective and safe. But if you could get to that point, that's a cure.
And that cure would be a world first.
27.
Danny died after playing football. He was 27. Chris collapsed and died at work. He was 22. Taylor was 14.
No, man. That is just sad.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It does genetic stuff, it's unfortunate. Man.
Jamie died when he was just 13.
Oh my goodness.
word.
12 young people.
Scotland till I died.
Yeah.
Till he died.
It's a big
It's a
number.
lot. Yeah, it is a lot.
But you do feel hope that
Yes, I do.
there will be good news
Yeah.
around the corner for other families.
Yeah, definitely. And the funding's needed to look into that, isn't it? So, yeah.
Wow. Guys, this was really powerful. I absolutely appreciate what they're doing here, raising awareness, and also, just remembering these kids, all of them. I think the oldest I saw her was 24, right? No, 27. Was 127?
I think almost 27.
Man, I think this is a great campaign. I'd love to see this continue. I'd love to have something like this take place in cities across the U.S. as well. I think this is the type of thing that would be amazing to do across the world, just bringing awareness to the fact that this happens, because we obviously don't see this in our everyday lives unless you're close to these people or happen to be watching them, while they're playing.
Right.
You probably aren't going to really hear about them all that often in these stories. But, like I said, this definitely hits home to me because of my dad. Obviously, he was in his 40s, wasn't, a kid at the time. But still, anything cardiovascular, definitely, it brings back memories of all those years ago, finding him dead on the floor. And he was right between his bedroom and the bathroom. He had just fell out. And it was, it's just something you never want to experience with any family members. But I can only imagine anytime a parent loses a child.
Oh gosh, it's just the natural order of things.
Yeah,
it's not that.
No, it's not that.
Just feel, obviously you're not expecting it. You don't, there's no indication, and it's just, yeah.
No.
My question is, I wonder how the cure will work. They said it's a shot. Is it going to be like, if there's no sign that someone has an issue, like, are they just going to give it to all athletes or?
Well, no, it would most likely be, you would be tested to see if you were genetically predisposed to some sort of an issue that would lead to something like this. And then from there, they would somehow, I don't know what they're injecting into you, but they're injecting something that's going to cut off or cut on certain genetic markers, and
wow.
I'm obviously, I don't know the ins and outs of how all that works. I think that's just basically what they would do. So it wouldn't be for everybody. It would just be for people that have been tested for and found they have the potential to have some issues like that, which would be amazing.
It'll be interesting to see what comes out of this and how that works and the cure and how that helps improve things.
Yeah, if you happen to, if you're in the UK and you happen to hear about this 6 months from now, a year from now, please feel free to reach out. If they've come up with found some kind of breakthrough or something, I'd love to learn more about this when it happens. But also, thumbs up to whoever painted these murals. They did a phenomenal job on this. And whoever came up with the idea for this, absolutely amazing. But yeah, guys, I think this is really awesome. And I'm glad they're raising awareness about something like this. So definitely glad this video was suggested to me.
Yeah.
You got anything to add before we go?
No.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey to discover anything and everything about the UK and Ireland. Until next time, peace.